I wanted to make sure you guys knew about this because I thought this was a really important story that the people needed to know about. This is from Christopher Rufo, who has somehow gotten appointed to political positions with the there is a battalion of male to female transgenders within the American intelligence apparatus. They hate Italians and libs of TikTok. They fantasize about pseudo-vaginas and butthole lasers. They are in charge of the most sophisticated spy machine in human history. Wow. Okay. First off, butthole lasers is the type of genius, a wily coyote hijink assassination bullshit that the CIA has been up to for forever. I don't know if anybody's researched the type of stuff we were thinking about to try to kill Castro, okay? But we were thinking of like exploding cigars. We were thinking about like making a bomb that looks like a coral in a coral reef so that when Castro goes scuba diving, he goes and maybe picks up a coral, or picks up a vase, or picks up something this guy's looking about, goes kaboom, assassinating him at baseball games, poisoning his food, getting women he sleeps with because he was somebody who was, let's just, you know, liked the company of women, getting one of them to assassinate him. But that also was a problem because he was slanging. The point was, they were doing some wily coyotes, and in Cuba, and Fidel Castro was like the road runner for the CIA. That's what we were doing. And it wasn't just Castro. Castro was just the one that we had the most trouble with. We've thought of a lot of crazy ways, both that we know and don't know of, to assassinate people in the CIA. Butthole lasers, okay? This just sounds like something I would have maybe, you know, would have been used to kill Castro. And it was silly then, and it's silly now. But to put all this aside, what is this? Now, I don't want to like over lean into this one silly post, but I've been listening to so much of this nonsense government stuff that was going on, and it sucks because when I hear somebody say something or claim something I don't know, my first inclination is immediately like not to say that sounds bullshit, so I'm just gonna say bullshit. That's not my first inclination. Maybe it makes me overly cautious. But when I hear something that sounds like bullshit, my first inclination is to hold back and reserve judgment until I know for sure, because I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to make an error, right? And so what that leads to a lot of times when I'm doing this type of commentary is that I'm listening to these claims that are very hard to believe, and I can't say anything immediately because I just don't know, or I'll just say in the moment, like, I don't know, which I think is the responsible thing to do. But I'm left at a loss when the claims get so bogus, they get so larger than life, that like, does me entertaining such a thing or treating it as semi-serious in any manner, is that like not me practicing due diligence? Like when I hear like this report of like $16 billion in savings getting thrown out there by the government, and then later I was corrected to 2.6, or if I hear any number of like shrimp treadmill billion-dollar programs, or like vegan watercoloring with native tribes being costing like half the budget of the military, you know, this is the type of claims I'm hearing, not just from, you know, Trump, but also from Trump lackeys, from Trump surrogates, people around Trump. At this point, like I feel like I'm getting to the point where I'm just gonna have to default to BS in all instances, and I've noticed that I've started to do that. I've started sliding into that very easily, but I think I'm going to have to commit to it, and the reason why is this is not politics. This is not what they're doing. This isn't politics. This isn't political activism. This isn't bringing awareness about anything. This is a magic trick. This is I don't know if you ever watch those shows where they do a magic trick and then they break it down. You want to know what 90% of it is? It's the magician going like, And while they're doing that, somebody else is doing something behind them, right?
A curd is a curd.
90% of magic.
Igor Z has donated $20. Zero.
Thank you for the $20, Igor. I appreciate Igor Z, okay? I'm gonna, very unfortunate name, I'm just gonna throw out there, okay? Very unfortunate. But I appreciate it. Not Igor, okay? Just saying. But thank you for the $20. Unfortunate. But that 90% of just like this, that's what this is to me. What this is to me is Donald Trump on the campaign trail is talking about the economy. He's talking about bringing down grocery prices. I see JD Vance out there saying $3.50 for a carton of eggs. This is preposterous. We will bring those egg prices down. And now they've more than doubled that in some areas. They've certainly gone up in all areas. And it's not just that they've gone up in the other areas where they thought they'd bring them down. Best case scenario, they've stayed the same. Best case scenario. These economic quick fixes that he talked about didn't happen. Just like the quick fix on 24 hours, slowing the war in Ukraine, didn't happen. And now he's having to roll over for the Russians in order to make something happen because he made a promise he couldn't keep because it was unrealistic. And now our geostrategic position is worse off for it. Now, in this case, what I see this as is this is the DEI Bigfoot. This is what I'm going to call it from now on. DEI Bigfoot. Well, what they want us to do with this, just like they want us to do with the shrimp treadmills, just like they want us to do with the Venezuelan watercoloring or like Inuit tribe gender studies or whatever it is, that's all DEI Bigfoot that we're supposed to go into the woods and chase around and go, where are you, DEI Bigfoot? Where is it? Is it over here? I was told that DEI Bigfoot is over here with the butthole lasers. I was told DEI Bigfoot is over here. It's over here with the shrimp treadmills. It's over here with the Venezuelan watercoloring. And while we're doing that, while we're like going around, like running around, trying to find DEI Bigfoot, they're gutting the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which returned $20 billion to American consumers, American citizens, from scammers and con men. That's what their job is. Their job is to go out there and bust up scammers, con men, telemarketing scams, and companies taking advantage of people, taking money from you for services they did not reciprocate, adding charges to your bill for services that, for example, like a service fee here and a service fee there. Then you find out it was nothing service at all. They just wanted to add $20 to the bill. That's the type of stuff they go after. And then you'll just find out randomly in your life you're getting checks in the mail because they looked out for you. Because we want a scam police. That's the stuff that they're gutting. Are they going out there and talking about that? No. The only times we hear the CFPB mentioned is on Joe Rogan's podcast when he has some billionaire who's getting regulated by the CFPB tell him, oh yeah, I'm being debanked. The CFPB hates free speech, bro. They're going to like kill the Constitution or whatever. Yeah, I mean, they also happen to be looking into me. But also they're like totally a danger to the country, brother. And Joe Rogan's there. And that's the type of pushback it's getting. They're getting completely bought into DEI Bigfoot because DEI Bigfoot is more interesting than how do we have good consumer protections. DEI Bigfoot is more interesting than what is your healthcare plan, Mr. Concept of a Plan guy. DEI Bigfoot is more interesting than how do we combat like disease among like chicken livestock, and how do you bring down grocery prices, help farmers in the agricultural industry? How do you bring energy prices? Like these are actual like policy issues. And if you don't have a policy solution, then once you get in there, you got to play it like you're fucking Mystery Machine, and you're out there trying to bust up the next big, evil supervillain that's come to destroy the town. And one week it's DEI Bigfoot, next week it'll be Greenland, the week after that it'll be who gives a fuck. And of course the Bigfoot will sometimes overlap with real issues. For example, like Greenland is overlapping with a real strategic want by the United States to have access to the Arctic. But it's a distraction. It's a distraction. It's meant to have you run around the forest. Don't get distracted. As they tell you to look at the pretty colors and watch the racist Coco Melon on alt media instead of seeing them undermine the systems that are meant to protect you. Anyway, that's enough of that. I mean, like, they're eating the dogs and cats. That's DEI Bigfoot.